Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the 2-3 zone with Ron Crawford. I'm Ramon Scott, and we're talking WNBA action here for a Friday. Couple of games, Ron, to keep us occupied here in the Commissioner's Cup. And man, what a night last night. We saw some, crazy results. And I would say, though, through the wins and losses last night, Paige Beckers was the story of the night. I'll throw the Aces another disappointing game for them aside. Good job
Yeah.
by the Sparks. But for Beckers, who had just I'll say average or almost pedestrian numbers in her first couple of games before that injury, she busted out with that huge 35-point performance. I know they lost, but I think
Yeah.
that's a good story.
Historical first half, man. She came out banging, right? But yeah, definitely. But we know what Dallas is. Yeah, we just we've talked about it several times. We just know what they are, and yeah, she's a great addition to a bad coached team, and that's what I'm going to say about that. I think they
All right,
got the
well, chance.
worst coach in the WNBA that they probably need to get rid of her.
All right, we'll talk about Dallas in just a moment. We got our two games here tonight in Commissioner's Cup play. Teams desperate, couple of them for desperate for wins here. Maybe they can get back in it. Let's talk about the matchups here on Friday. Let's start off with Chicago. They're going into Atlanta here. A little bit of a runaway number here, actually. I don't know. I don't think it's personnel related. It just might be the way things are going for this Chicago team right now. Ron, this one was as low as a 9.5 or 10, and now we're seeing
Yeah.
11.5, maybe even 12 here for Atlanta at home over the Sky, and the total here 157.5.
Yep, I think it's a letdown spot. I think Chicago comes in here and gets the back door. They're not going to win this game, obviously. They just don't have enough firepower. But I think this is kind of a relaxed game for Atlanta after their win, and then they come in here and it's like, it's Chicago. We can kind of breeze through this one. So I'm going to look at the Sky plus the 12 in this one.
All right, Atlanta comes in 5-3. They are 1-1 in the Commissioner's Cup. I'm not saying they have a chance, but mathematically, with one loss, they could do something here. Still, they'd have to win them all probably. Uh,
Yeah.
Here at this point, I'm going to go with the total then here in this one. If you got Chicago hanging in there, they better play that defense because everybody knows they're kind of slow of foot up and down the court right now. It's probably one of their problems actually. They are 3-1 against the spread at home, are the Atlanta Dream, but I'm going to go under here.
Yep.
Atlanta is 5-4 to the over, but they're 0-4 to the under at home, and I think it's because of that defensive effort here. Look, we're looking at a 157.5, and I just rolled all those overs in the last card, but I got to go under here right now with Chicago. Some really low scoring totals here, numbers wise, anyway, for Chicago in that scoring for the 2-8 Sky. So Ron says take the Sky. However, they're getting the nearly a dozen here, and I'll take the under 157.5. All right, let's go to the Western Conference now. And those Las Vegas Aces, we saw these teams play a couple of nights ago, Ron. Las Vegas with
Yeah.
that. Another disappointing performance right now. It does feel like it's a mental block, maybe with this team. They did have an effort to come back, but the Sparks got them. And for Dallas, they gave a credible effort. They didn't get the number against Phoenix, but again, that great job by Beckers in a historical performance. As you said, we got Las Vegas here, 9, maybe even 8.5 here. Another mover a little bit here. It opened 10, but everything you've seen with the Aces right now, Ron, obviously, even Dallas is taking a little bit of a move here. And the total is, looks like about 170-ish.
Yeah, we saw it last night. Sparks and Vegas just got up and down. There's just no defense being played, and now you get probably the top or the bottom four in the league effective field goal percentage for the opponent. It's got to go over once again. We know Dallas goes over. I would lean to the Aces. I just that team is just not the same. So we got to get that fixed, obviously, and sure back we get that going with them. But I'm going to take the over because there's just no defense going to be played here. It could be the exact same as we saw with the Sparks and the Aces.
Yeah, I should note, you talk about I did have that over in that Dallas game, but I said at the end of our last bid, I said, I'm kind of going again, Ron. Dallas is 1-6 to the under as a dog, but they got them over in that game against Phoenix. They really couldn't do much to stop even Phoenix there. So, but it is interesting that they're 2-6 to the under as a dog there. But you know what? They are 3 overs and 3 unders in their 6 road games so far, and they've been an under team statistically. So I think that kind of shows that the defense is even worse on the road. So I don't mind that play at all. I'll take Dallas, though. I know you've been a little bit critical of them here. Hard not to be, right? They've lost all 4 Commissioner's Cup games here now. They're 2-6 ATS as a dog, but I'm a little frustrated, and I think maybe as an Aces fan here too. But I'm
No, yeah.
looking with my handicapper glasses on here. I'll take the 8 points with Dallas. Same thing happened in that Las Vegas game against the Sparks. Now Sparks may be better than Dallas, but again, the dog took the money, and well, they not only got there, they won. I don't know if that'll happen here, but I'll take the points with Dallas. Ron says go over 170 in Dallas and the Aces. All right, that's going to do it. A couple of games on Friday night in the Commissioner's Cup. I think the Aces are toast in the Commissioner's Cup, Ron, but
Yeah.
you're not toast. Tell me what's going on at Tony'sPicks.com this weekend.
Yeah, nice big night last night. 3-1. We hit of course, the Phoenix was the big one. We called that on the show, and of course, I did take my Storm at home, and finally Minnesota gets that first loss. We figured that was coming too. Could see the line movement all day, kind of dictating where that game was going. But I did lose the Aces. I had the Aces. That was my only loss, but I did have the over in the Aces game. So nice 3-1 night last night there. What I got at Tony's Picks, I think I'm top of the leaderboard once again in the WNBA. So get that yearly package. It's going to take you all the way out to October and the playoffs. So sign up with me. I'll make you money. Definitely in the WNBA, NBA, NHL. Got the playoffs going on. It's almost over. So let's get in there. And I'm trying to get baseball turned around right now. So last 7 days have done that. So let's keep it going. And that's right. Ramon's got the #1 in the MLB. So hook me and him up right now. You're gonna get the best of both worlds there.
Yeah, I had a winner last night too in the WNBA with Phoenix. We both had that one, and I did go 3-0 with those totals over, but only because you told me really what was going to happen in one of those games. I better listen to my man Ron. All right, now I've got not only MLB, we've got other sports this weekend, including the College Baseball World Series. I know Ron and I'll be diving into that as well, so should be still a pretty great sports weekend. Don't forget NBA and NHL as well. I hit the winner with the Pacers. So check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off all premium pick packages from Ron, from me, from all the cappers over at Tony's Picks. All right, that's going to do it for us here on the 2-3 zone for Ron Crawford. I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.